trust what you say and that's all okay. But everything starts to feel like a con, and I'm the pawn. Am I right or wrong?
This week we're going to be busting bulls back up in Alberta. I'm with my good friend Corey Friesen, and we're up with Red Willow Outfitters. We both have elk tags, and Corey is after his first bull with his bow. Then we're going to go with my good friend Dean Thornton, an Alberta resident who has what I believe is the most amazing moose hunt you could ever imagine.
Select Hunter. Select UA Package. Select Point. Select Transport. Select Accuracy Package. Select Nocturnal Knocks.
We're going to jump right in on this first hunt with my buddy Corey as he's at full draw on his first archery bull elk. This was an elk that we found bedded inside the timber earlier this morning, and we had already spent over an hour waiting for him to stand up on his own. We figured there was no way in this open timber that we weren't going to immediately have a shot, so we were just patient and waited for him to stand up. However, as soon as he did, and Corey came to full draw, he did what every big bull or big buck seems to do, and that's find the one tree in the timber that perfectly blocks his vitals. I'm going to go ahead and use this situation for this week's field recon, because this is something that's going to happen to almost every bow hunter, and it's something that I've talked about in the past, and that's having a bow that is easy to control. You need to have a bow that's manageable for you and that's going to be forgiving enough to do exactly what Corey has to do right here. You need to choose a bow that not only has poundage that you can manage, but you also need to choose a bow that has a cam system that's not really aggressive, so that you can draw it smoothly without much movement, you can let it down smoothly without that movement, and you also need something that you can hold at full draw for as long as possible. I've always enjoyed hunting in the rain, and really, the rain is what allowed us to slip up this close on this bull to begin with. That cover noise of the rain on the leaves really masked our sound as we were still hunting through the timber, and having the wind in our face was also a big plus. By the time Corey had to let down, he was already at full draw for 3 minutes. I knew he was going to recharge so he could come to full draw once again and start this whole thing all over. After all this time and all this waiting, we figured there was just no way that this bull wasn't going to just take one step further to get a better look at either what we were or what he had heard. But then again, hunting is hunting. Although this elk ran off, he really wasn't that alarmed, so I told Corey to just stay after it, and we just kept following and following and following, and finally he was curious enough to just give us one shot, but it was a long one.
Nice. That sounded good.
The nail dropped low, but I think it got him.
Or a tree. Either got a bull or a tree.
Be sure to visit knockonarchery.com to see our entire line of knock-on lifestyle clothing, as well as some awesome knock-on gear and accessories that I personally take to the field myself. Enter promo code SHOWFAN and I'll include a free signed photo. Also remember that all U.S. orders over 100 get free shipping. knockonarchery.com.
Dude, first bull.
Hang on.
Yes.
Oh, it's done.
What a nasty day. Oh, dude.
There's nothing left.
First bull elk. First bull elk.
What a hunt! What an adrenaline dump all through the end of that arrow. Great arrow for elk, I'll say that. Dud sent me some. Heavy on the front with a shuttle T on it. The right choice for twigs and rain, I'll tell you that. And the right choice for a bull elk. We've been on this guy for all day, it seems like. He wasn't talking. We talked a little bit, but he wouldn't talk back, so we just kept sneaking in, ninja style. We finally saw him bed, and we just crept in. Got to, well, pretty close. Finally, he stands up. Busted one tree right in the place I need to shoot. So we stayed there at full draw for as long as we could, and he made us, I guess, but he just ambled out of there real quiet like, so we just kept after him real slow and steady in the rain, really helping us. Finally, we had one last opportunity. At least I thought we had one last opportunity, and the shuttle T and the Hoyt and the Under Armour keeping me dry all did their business, all did their job. Here he lies.
This next hunt is with myself and Todd Lowen from Red Willow Outfitters as we did some late morning elk hunting. And this can be really effective. You cover a lot of ground and you do calling hoping to stumble upon a bedded bull, because a lot of times they're going to come running in to see what cow came walking into their den. The tough part about hunting in thick bedding cover like this is finding a way to get an arrow at the vitals.
Dude, perfect. Work the tops. I think it was a good shot. It looked like it went right in.
Absolutely thrilled right now because, one, I love hunting right now. I mean, end of August, shooting bulls. This guy is obviously a fighter. I did not know he was that broke up. He is very broke up, Todd. He's missing a second. He's missing an entire main beam. So evidently this guy was a fighter, and he came and met my spider. I think that's what we should call the bull. This will be my spider bull right here, and I don't care if he's missing both horns because I'm pumped. What I really like about this is, although I've hunted elk a long time, and I've hunted elk with some great people, and Todd and I have killed tons of elk, this is actually the first elk that I've really said I want to be the one to like bugle this thing in. And I stopped in Grand Prairie, and there's a guy there that's starting his own little call company, Wapiti River Outdoors, and he gave me a few of his calls, and I'm not much of a caller, but man, they sounded good for me, and they sounded perfect for old Spider here. And I'm just tickled. This is just an awesome hunt. 2 days ago, we had just a great hunt with the mule deer. Then Corey shot that awesome bull, and I was thrilled for that. That was his first bull with his bow. I'm just so thankful for another successful bow hunt up here in Alberta. This is just God's gift to bow hunting. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you get your families out there. Make sure you get prepared. Make sure you're ready for your next hunt, and you're going to definitely be able to put your tag on that animal. So stay with us, everyone. Knock on. Thanks for watching. If you're looking to learn more about archery, be sure to tune in to Knock On Podcast. Knock On Podcast is a weekly talk show where I get in-depth with shooting techniques, equipment setup, and also give you a no BS review on some of the latest industry gear. Knock On Podcasts are great for listening on a road trip or that dreaded ride into work. Expand your archery knowledge with the highest level of world-class information on the airwaves. Knock On Podcasts.
Dead center.
One of the biggest problems with archery is target panic or buck fever. And I constantly get asked, how do I learn to control those emotions, or how do I learn to really knuckle down when it comes to a high pressure situation? And honestly, what I did was I became a target archer. You know, I've shot target for a long time, and throughout the world, people know me as a target archer. But the reality is, I learned to shoot target archery only because I really wanted to become the most efficient bow hunter as possible. I started bow hunting when I was 10, and I'd made plenty mistakes, and I've let plenty of high pressure situations get the best of me. But when I started shooting competitive archery, first as a 3D shooter, then as an indoor archer, and eventually as an outdoor archer with the U.S. archery team, I learned to control those emotions by being in some very high pressure situations. The best thing that you can do if you want to learn to control your emotions when you're in the timber is learn to put yourself in some of those pressure type situations when it's not the hunting season. And the best way to do that is to go to your local club or your local archery shop and join some of those indoor leagues, some of those spring and summertime competitions, because going there and really learning to focus on nothing other than executing your shot, that's all you need to focus on. It's not about win or lose, it's about learning to step on the line and focus 100% of your thoughts on just executing a perfect shot, regardless of the distance, regardless of the animal, or regardless of what's at stake. And when you can learn to control that, then putting your pin on a big buck is going to seem like nothing.
It's a special day today. It's the 18th of October. Hoyt just released the new 2014 bows. I'm really excited about this year's bows. Two in particular. There's as a tournament archer, they have the new Edge Elite. I think I'll be using that this up and coming season for 3D. Also, it might be time to retire the Carbon Matrix. I shot the Spider last year for a little bit, and I really liked it. But I don't know, this carbon bow up here in Canada, you know, sometimes when we sit, it's like minus 20, minus 30, 45 sometimes with the wind chill. So holding that carbon bow, it's really nice. It's really warm, doesn't get cold. So I think I'm getting both, the best of both worlds. I'm getting a carbon bow and I'm getting that Spider riser, which everybody loves, myself included. So
be sure to visit knockonarchery.com to see our entire line of trendy knock-on lifestyle clothing. Enter promo code SHOWFAN with your order and receive a free signed photo from Doug. KnockonArchery.com. This is without a doubt some of the most amazing footage that I've ever seen, and I want all of you out there to turn up your volume and just picture yourself being in Dean's chair out in a bail blind filming yourself as a moose comes in. And what you don't realize is that there's actually a bigger bull that is just outside of Dean's window, and soon enough that bull actually starts eating off the bail blind and eventually puts his head inside of the window and starts smelling Dean's hand and his bow. By this point, it had already been literally minutes of this happening, and I really wish that I didn't have limited time with TV to where I have to cut this footage down. And I don't know if it's because Dean is such a likable guy that this moose just wanted to hang out and keep smelling him, but this is just simply unbelievable. Now this bull puts his head in one more time to get yet another big ol' sniff of Dean, and Dean said at this point when he breathed out he could actually feel his breath push his hair. And it was finally at that point that the bull backed out and at least gave Dean a shot at the other bull that was in front of him.
There you go, folks. That right there is the beauty of ground blind. Bail blinds. Absolutely amazing. Actually, he's not the biggest bull that's here right now, but that was amazing. Amazing. There's the other two. Like I say, the one cat, he actually literally had his nose in the blind with me. I don't know, you won't be able to see that on film, but you'll see his bell. They were so close, like so close to me. I could smell his breath every time he breathed. I could feel it in my face. Absolutely amazing. That wasn't a bad little bull, that one there. But
Beautiful picture on the horizon. See you next year, buddy. Let's go back to this bull. I'll never get to it the way we're going. Oh yeah. Oh, made a beautiful shot there. Made a beautiful shot. This guy's gonna eat so good. It's gonna be so good. Typical lungs there. Beautiful lung shot. Like I say, he was pretty damn close. I think he was like 12 yards. Or less when I shot him. Awesome. Awesome. Here we go. Knock on, boys. Let's get this guy cleaned up. Call my buddy, he owns the land here. He'll come out with his tractor and we'll get this thing loaded up, get him cleaned. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really pumped. Okay, I'll get some pictures with him now, I guess.